What is up, everyone? It is DJ Garcia, Garcia. Today we are breaking down my newest song called Realm from my upcoming project End Era, coming out on April 20th. Realm was like one of the first songs that I created for the entire album, so it's actually been a long time at this point. I made this in December of 2022. So at the time of Realm being released, it's been about 1 year since I first started it, and so it's kind of a blur. Like, it has been quite some time since we've had the song on our hands, and it just came out on January 5th of 2024. We originally had named this Boss Fight because I wanted a song at the end of the album to be just a crazy electronic dubstep song, and I wanted it to be called Boss Fight, which is the end, which is usually at the end of a video game, end of the album. You know, it makes sense. So this song was called Boss Fight originally, but over time, I didn't really like. I liked the song a lot, but I didn't like this song to have that title of Boss Fight. It's a really good song, but to be at the end of the album and everything, it didn't feel like an ending like I wanted. I since made another song that is way crazier and way more what I was thinking of with that title. So that song now holds the title Boss Fight. So this song had no title, so I had to rename it. And we renamed it Realm, and I'll show you why. It's because the first part of the song was this ambience that I found, and it is just such a crazy, scary-ish type setting. You know, it really is kind of, it set a picture in my head every time I listened to it. So I was trying to think of words that were like a setting, and Realm was kind of a setting. So Realm. It's good. It's a cool name too, so we named it Realm. Immediately at the 19-second mark, we have our build up into the drop. We have our snares. They go like this. But over this point in time, from here to here, I actually have the volume starting off very low. Where is it? Right here. And then I kind of have this, like, the growling part. It's kind of the main part of the drop. It's kind of like, I named it Chug because it sounds like a guitar chug, like choo 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 choo. So I kind of have that going into the build up. That way your brain kind of gets familiar with it when the drop happens. So I have it right here, the middle of it. And that's kind of the build up. And then of course you have your regular, the ambience that I showed you. You have your sweeps, you have another uplifter, yada yada. Pretty simple, right? And then there's that little bit of space right there, like a lot of dubstep songs have, where you just kind of have that quick second of breeze, and then boom, the drop. Don't know why I did the hi-hats like this, but I like it. So that's where I think the drums came from, because I didn't have a song on the album just yet, even though this is the very early stages where we had the drums like that. And I was like, okay, well, that'll be different than the rest, so we made the drums like that. The first part you'll hear, and I think this is the first time I used this sound, was this. That consists of two parts. It's this screeching sound that I got from Serum, and then this growl. So you put those two together, and then there's the in-between, which is what I explained earlier, the chug, which I named it in this project, the chugging. And that actually consists of two sounds as well. Here's the first chug. You have this second sound. You put them together and you get things like, it just sounds a little better, you know? And then there's a bass, which I remember going through quite a few different basses, and I won't even lie to y'all, at this point in time, even though the song's already out, I probably could have done a better bass, but this was kind of the bass for it. But I don't know why, I just like kind of fell in love with it. Like, I couldn't pick a different one. Like, for some reason I just stuck with that one. It just sounded different. So, and then I added, which I don't know if you guys know, you can kind of hear this light and very kind of higher octave sound. It's actually a choir, and here it is right here without any like sound effects on it. And I pretty much chopped it up with gross beat, so then it kind of feels choppy, and you kind of notice it in the song, right? So it sounds like this. So then we get into like the B section of it, where we kind of go away from that. And I know I really wanted to do that first note of the screech, but I wanted to drag it out. with the pitch. So it sounds like this. Usually the pitch would just stay the same, so it'll pretty much sound like this. In that moment of that sound, and you know, people who are not into music or anything, you can kind of control the pitch to go up as it's happening. As the note is hitting, the pitch will go up and it'll kind of rise. So you add that effect to it and it sounds like this. And I love doing it. I love controlling the pitch when it comes to electronic sounds. You might hear little things like that throughout all of my songs. Like you'll just hear, it's my favorite thing to do. It just sounds so sinister and crazy, and like that little rise. And you know, I took the drums out in that moment, so then the drums come back in and crash, and you kind of have a different pattern of the rest of the sounds. It's you know, I like this section a lot. And then after that section, it'll kind of go back and hit with the first section again. We kind of reintroduce it, but instead we'll add a little bit more percussion with open hats. And we also have these rides that I'm going to show you a cool trick I did with those as well. So when we go back to what the first section sounded like, it'll kind of have some variation with those two extra sounds. I was just telling y'all that I love to control the pitch of like all kinds of stuff. And I've always had the idea to control the pitch of a ride. And actually, I really like the way that this sounded. So I showed you the rides, but there's a moment where the pitch goes up. To me, it's just the coolest sound ever. It goes like this. After that section, we have our second build-up, and it goes into kind of a different drop, slightly different. We pretty much just changed a lot of the notes around. I wanted to use the screech sound a little bit more, and I wanted this second drop to be different than the first, because I knew we'd have a third drop, and it'd be the same as the first. So the second one was the big variation, so it sounded like this. I showed y'all that moment where we first controlled the pitch. I kind of bring that back for this second drop, but I chop up the volume like I showed y'all that we do, so it sounds like this. Then we give y'all a moment to breathe. Right here, we just kind of let the ambience play out, just like the intro. Then we have our third build up back into our third drop, the same as the first, because I really enjoyed the first. The first is pretty good. I wanted to keep it, but the only variation I added was in the build up right before the drop hits, that little space that I told you about. We kind of just added these drums. And then it kind of plays out like how the very first drop did. So that would pretty much be Realm, coming in at like, what is it, 4 minutes and like 30 seconds? So yeah, just about 4:30. We're pretty much at the halfway point. This was the second single from the project. We have 2 more coming out, and then the album will come out itself. Level 1 is out to listen to. Realm is out to listen to. They're both off the upcoming project and Era that comes out April 20th. We're going to be doing a live stream on my Twitch at DJ Garcia Ray. We're going to be doing a live listening party of the whole album the day before on April 19th. So be ready for that. Join the Discord. The link is in the description so you guys don't miss any updates, any future announcements, yada yada. If you're watching this the day this video comes out, in 5 weeks will be our next single called Ready Up. I'm very excited to show you guys that. But if you guys like this video, please give it a like. I'll see you all next time. Subscribe, yada yada. Join the Discord like I said. I will see you guys next time. Peace out. Bye.